What's up guys, today I'm going to be doing a review of the Sting Vulcan sparring gloves, so stay tuned. Alright guys, so today we have the Sting Vulcan sparring gloves we'll do a close-up weigh-in review on. These are a 16-ounce glove that I got. It only comes in this black and blue color scheme with the Sting logo on the back. It's a Velcro closure only glove. This is more of their entry-level style glove, much like the Arma Plus glove that they have. Uses this synthetic outside casing. It is not a genuine leather glove with a mesh palm. You do have some ventilated holes on the thumb as well as the smaller size grip bar there. Velcro closure. Has kind of a shorter cuff to it, so kind of reminds me, the profile of the glove reminds me of kind of like a Muay Thai, like a Fairtex or a twin style glove in terms of the length and the width of the glove. You do have that plastic Sting sport patch on the back of the Velcro strap, 16 ounces. It does have this Tricop microfiber liner that's really nice and comfortable, good for wicking away moisture, black piping. You can see the stitching on the sides there. Nothing too special or crazy here. Sting Vulcan, that's printed on the thumb. Has a pre-curved fist that's very stiff. I believe they use an injected molded foam that's infused with some kind of gel. But you can see here just how firm the padding is on this. Good for shock absorption, not so much for feedback. And being as stiff as it is, I had some issues there, which I'll explain here in the actual review of the glove. But you can kind of see the outside material that they use is patent leather type material. Is very shiny, so you can see how almost has a kind of like a mirror finish to it in terms of the way it looks. So again, being 16 ounces, let's go ahead and put these on the scale, see how much they weigh. We'll start with the right glove. All right, which is right at 16.1 ounces, and the left glove is right at 16 ounces. So these are on point in terms of weight, which is great to see, especially for a training or a sparring glove. A lot of times the weight is off by a little bit, but these are almost pretty much accurately on point. So again, just a little close-up of the gloves. They do have a little nylon strap for the attached thumb. Would have liked to see them use the same material that they use on the exterior of the glove, but typically that's what the companies do, just to cut down on cost. But overall, just to show you the material, as well as the rounded cuff, the liner, the back of the glove, kind of the firmness of the padding on here again, around the thumb area too, just to show you how firm it is. And of course, the striking surface right there, it's pretty firm. So we'll go into detail about these gloves and how well they perform. On to the review. Hey, what's up guys? Carlo here, and today I'm going to be doing a review of the Sting Vulcan 16-ounce sparring gloves. It comes in only this black and blue color scheme. It's a Velcro closure only glove, and you get it between 14 and 16 ounces. This is going to be Sting's more of a mid-range glove. They do have some more of the budget-minded stuff and the higher end genuine leather gloves, but I decided to go with these, wanted to give these a try, see how they performed, how the quality on these were. Sting is a company that's been around for a couple of years now. And they're mainly known as the main supplier for USA boxing. A lot of high-level amateurs and even some pro-level fighters use their equipment for training. So design-wise, you can see the profile of this glove kind of reminds me of like a Thai-style glove, where it's a little bit stockier and wider in profile. Although it is a compact-feeling glove, this glove does use a synthetic outer casing. It is not a genuine leather glove. Uses a synthetic outside casing that has a real nice shine to it. Almost reminds me of kind of a patent leather type material. You can see it does have the Sting logo in blue on the back, as well as this kind of splattered paint design that runs vertically on the back of the glove. It does have the Sting Vulcan that is written down the side of the thumb. On the palm side, you do have a ventilated mesh palm with a smaller grip bar. I felt like this grip bar is pretty small, and I couldn't really feel it when I made a fist. I wish this was a little bit bigger. Ventilated holes on the inner thumb. And then you do have a full 3.5-inch wraparound Velcro closure. That's really nice as well. We do have that plastic Sting patch, which does have some edges on it for being a sparring glove. These little corners right here, this little lip, could be an issue with cutting or scraping your sparring partner. So I would definitely tape over that. And then you do have the 16 ounce right there. The Sting logo is actually kind of a metallic silver, kind of a chrome looking to it, to give it a nice little look to it. And you have about a 1/4 inch of padding that feels like some type of EVA type foam on the back of the wrist as well as around on the inside of the wrist to give you some good wrist support, and kind of a tri-cot polyester microfiber liner on the inside that's really nice and smooth. It doesn't bunch up at all, which I really like. Really makes it easy for you to slide your hand into place with the glove. The quality of the glove for being a synthetic glove is actually pretty nice. I didn't see any issues with actual stitching. This glove has held up well so far using it for training. The material they use on the outside, the synthetic material, feels to be a little bit more on the medium to thin side. It's not like the thicker Fly X model where they use kind of a thicker grain synthetic, or even the rivals that use their microfiber leather. This feels about mid-range, a little bit more on the cheaper end in terms of the synthetics, which I'm not a huge fan of. But again, you kind of get what you pay for when it comes in that regard. So I'm kind of wondering how the durability of these hold up over a period of time. One of the things they use is little nylon strap for the attached thumb. Again, something I would have liked to have seen them use the same material on the exterior of the glove. But the stitching actually looks pretty good. This grip bar right here is pretty small. I wish this was a little bit larger. You do have the ventilated palm. Some people do. Some people don't like that. It just depends on you, your personal preference. Some people don't really like their hands to get really hot and sweaty. So this does a really good job of actually keeping everything nice and cool on the inside. The Velcro closure is actually really nice. You can see they do a good job of stitching the Velcro throughout the entire back of the wrist, as well as on the actual strap side. You do have a good amount of Velcro, so everything feels really nicely locked in. One other big thing about this glove that I definitely like is the liner. Again, being nice and smooth and good at wicking away moisture. It doesn't bunch up like some of the other liners where you get a lot of excess material in the hand compartment. This glove, you don't have issues with that. Stitching on the edges looks pretty good as well. Back where the thumb connects to the back of the glove looks pretty good. And the piping on the palm side as well as around the cuff looks really nice. Stitching on the actual Velcro strap looks done very well. You know, the only thing again I would say would be the big issue here would probably just the durability of the synthetic over a period of time would be the big question mark with these gloves for prolonged use. Now the actual comfort of the glove when you slide your hand in here, that's the biggest thing for me, is how comfortable the glove is. It feels like your hand's in a really nice position. The thumb is in a good position. You don't feel like your thumb gets jammed on here. It has about a medium density foam on the back of the thumb, but the positioning is good. Piping on the thumb doesn't feel like it pinches down on your thumb. Wrist support is really good as well. Not too tight, not too loose, but supportive enough to where you feel like you have some good flexibility within your punches. Finger compartment is nice and deep, and you have a nice little neoprene pad that kind of covers the stitching on the fingertip compartment right here. So it's really nice in that regard. So the positioning of the hand is really good. This hand compartment is snug. So if you do have longer fingers or just larger hands, or if you're a heavyweight, this being the 16-ounce version, this is the largest model, largest they have for this particular model. It might be a really tight fitting glove. So just do keep that in mind if you're looking at getting these gloves. And then lastly, the big thing for me is going to be the actual foam they use in here. The big drawback with this is that it's really stiff. You can see that I can't even open my hand up all the way. Some people really love the flexibility, especially myself. I like that broken in feel to where I can really open and close my hand. You do have a really nice pre-curved fist where you can make a really good fist with that, but outside of that, I can't open my hand at all. It's just so stiff with the kind of foam that they use in here that it makes it really hard for me to open and close my hand. One other thing I noticed even with that, when I was making contact with the bag, regardless of the punch position or my hand position was in, even if I was turning my knuckles completely over and landing on these two front knuckles, I felt that there was some pain on this part of my finger. And I don't know why that is. I think it's just the way that the foam on the inside wraps around the hand. Even though I would make contact on my knuckle, I would feel some pain in this area, mainly from the vibration and the shock of the impact, and I just felt a little bit of fingertip pain right here in this part of my hand. So not really sure what that's attributed to. I think it's just the way that the foam is distributed over the knuckle on the inside. Protection and performance, I would say that this is definitely more a protective glove, definitely not on a feedback side. This glove uses, I believe, a blend of gel and injected molded foam. The balance of it's pretty good. You can see it has a little bit of top heaviness, not too bad, but it distributes weight pretty nicely. But you can definitely tell this is more of a front-loaded glove in terms of weight. But you can see the actual padding on here definitely is more on the firm side. And because of that, it does a really good job of protecting your knuckles and your hands from shock. It gives it shock absorption, but it is very stiff. So these gloves will definitely take a long time to break in. If you're looking for more of a puncher's glove, something you can really feel the crack and the feedback of the shot go through your knuckles, and you just get a really nice satisfying pop. I didn't feel like I got these with these gloves in particular. I felt like these were just mainly more for protection, for sparring, but you definitely don't get the same feedback and the crack that you get out of some more balanced glove. Cost-wise, these gloves are $75, $75 to $80, just depending on where you get it from. You can get it directly through Sting's website as well as on Amazon, some second or third party distributors that sell these gloves. You know, considering the other gloves that are out there in the same price range, I wasn't really impressed with these. They're definitely serviceable gloves and you can use them. I just felt with them being as stiff as they are, them using a synthetic outside layer. There's other gloves like Infinitudes that are about 75, 80 bucks that use genuine leather, are more comfortable in my opinion and just a little bit more broken in. Again, not an overpriced glove, but definitely something in an area where you can find other better choices in my opinion. So if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys leave them down below in the comments box. I'll make sure to put the link in the description box where you can find these Sting Vulcan gloves. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.